If you're looking for the best 3D printer in 2025, the real challenge isn't finding options, it's figuring out which one actually fits your needs. Some 3D printers are designed for incredible detail, perfect for miniatures or resin models. Others focus on speed, multicolor capability, or handling tougher materials for serious prototyping. We've tested these machines hands-on, running them through different materials, checking their speed, precision, noise levels, and long-term reliability. And the results? A few of them delivered far more than we expected. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 3D printer is right for you, and why our #1 pick might not be what you think. At number 5, Bambu Lab A1 Mini Combo. If ease of use is your top priority, the Bambu Lab A1 Mini Combo is one of the smoothest, beginner-friendly printers we've tested. Setup was nearly effortless. In under 20 minutes, we had our first test print running. No manual leveling, no guesswork. The printer automatically handled bed leveling, Z-offset tuning, flow calibration, and even ran a first layer test. That's rare, even at higher price points. Performance-wise, the A1 Mini features active flow rate compensation, which actively adjusts extrusion during printing. In our trials, this meant smoother walls and consistent layer bonding, even on complex parts with curves and fine details. The AMS light system is where it gets creative. With support for up to 4 filaments, it managed spool swaps seamlessly. We tested multicolor logos, gradient transitions, and layered text, and the results were crisp. The filament detection system even paused prints cleanly when we introduced a jam for testing. Noise levels averaged 48 dB, which is quiet enough to run in a living room. Print speeds reached 500 millimeters per second in our benchmarks without sacrificing detail. The clip-on nozzle design also saved time. Swapping to a 0.6 millimeter nozzle took under 30 seconds. For beginners who want a printer that feels premium, is fast, and requires minimal babysitting, the A1 Mini Combo delivered one of the most polished results we've seen. At number 4, Anycubic Kobra S1 Combo. The Anycubic Kobra S1 Combo is built for speed and material flexibility, and in testing, it proved both. Its Core Y motion system paired with dual motor drive gave it a stable, precise performance. Running at 600 millimeters per second, our prints maintained strong layer adhesion and sharp edges, even on larger test models. The 320 degrees Celsius all-metal hot end with ceramic throat tube was another highlight. It allowed us to run not just PLA and PETG, but also tougher materials like nylon and TPU. Flow stayed consistent across multiple test runs, with no signs of clogs or heat creep. We also tested the AMS Pro multi-material station. It supports up to 8 spools and keeps them dehumidified. In practice, this meant fewer failed prints with hygroscopic filaments like nylon. Spool changes were smooth, and RFID detection correctly identified every filament we loaded. The printer includes vibration compensation and input shaping, and in our calibration runs, these features clearly reduced ringing artifacts on curved test prints. The only real drawback is the need to expand storage trays if you want to run multiple colors long-term. But overall, in terms of speed, compatibility, and multi-material reliability, the Kobra S1 Combo proved itself as one of the strongest mid-range options. At number 3, Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra. For resin printing, precision is everything, and the Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra stood out in our testing with its 10-inch 16K mono LCD. We printed several high-detail figurines and technical models, and the micro-textures and sharp edges were some of the cleanest we've seen at this price. The Kobe plus Fresnel lens system ensured uniform light on the plate. Our test parts had the same clarity on the edges as they did in the center. Another strength is the speed. With tilt release tech, the printer hit 150 millimeters per hour, significantly faster than older resin machines we've used. The release mechanism also reduced stress on the FEP film, which should improve longevity. We also tested the AI camera monitoring, and it correctly flagged a failed support structure in one of our test runs. The built-in resin heating feature was helpful too, maintaining print quality in cooler environments where resin typically thickens. The Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra does require proper post-processing, washing and curing, which can be messy for beginners, but in terms of raw detail and speed, it's one of the most capable resin printers we've reviewed. At number 2, Creality K2 Plus Combo. When it comes to size and versatility, the Creality K2 Plus Combo proved itself as a serious powerhouse in our testing. The build volume allowed us to print larger objects like cosplay helmets and prototypes in single runs. At 600 millimeters per second, speed didn't compromise quality. Layer lines stayed smooth, and dimensional accuracy was within plus or minus 0.1 millimeters on our calibration cubes. Dual Z-axis with linear rods gave the printer extra rigidity, and combined with the heated chamber, it handled high-performance materials like ASA and PPA without warping. We ran multiple tall prints and none showed layer separation. The AMS system takes multi-material to another level. With expansion, it supports up to 16 spools. In our trials, it switched filaments reliably and paused cleanly when a spool ran out. Color gradients and multicolor logos came out sharp, with transitions handled better than most rivals. Preheating the chamber did take time, up to 15 minutes with some filaments, but once running, the printer delivered consistently high-quality prints. For large-scale builds and advanced materials, the K2 Plus Combo is a machine we'd recommend to serious makers. At number 1, Creality K1SE. At the top of our lineup is the Creality K1SE, which balanced speed, ease of use, and quality better than any other printer we tested. This Core Y printer reached speeds 12 times faster than typical entry-level machines, and at 600 millimeters per second, it maintained accuracy across complex geometries. Test prints showed sharp corners, clean curves, and excellent first-layer adhesion. Its direct drive extruder with a tri-metal nozzle allowed us to run PLA, PETG, ABS, and flexible TPU with no clogs. The nozzle design handled abrasives like carbon fiber-filled filaments, holding up after multiple spools without deformation. Auto-leveling and full calibration handled everything from Z-offset to resonance tuning. Across multiple runs, setup was accurate without manual intervention. Combined with dual-fan cooling, layers bonded cleanly even at high speeds. AI-assisted monitoring caught a stringing issue in one of our test runs, pausing the print before it failed completely. The printer also includes a carbon filter for odor reduction and a quiet mode that kept noise levels below 50 dB. In short, the Creality K1SE delivered speed, reliability, and simplicity all in one package. For beginners and advanced users alike, it was the most complete 3D printer in our testing. So that wraps up our roundup of the best 3D printers you can get right now. As you've seen, the right choice really depends on your needs, whether that's speed, precision, multi-material capability, or just something simple that works right out of the box. We tested each of these printers to give you real insights, not just specs, so you can pick the one that actually fits your projects. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, drop a comment with your questions, and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the tools that make creating easier.